The Paris bakery that hid a big secret. Paris in the 1960s pulsed with music and light. Jazz drifted from smoky bars, the scent of fresh baguettes filled narrow streets, and artists painted beneath the glow of gas lamps. Tucked away in Montmartre, where cobblestones echoed with footsteps, lived two sisters, Anna and Mary. They had inherited their grandmother Margarita's recipe book, filled with cakes that once made neighbors smile and families gather. Both sisters dreamed of honoring her by opening patisseries of their own. Within a few streets of each other, their shops came to life. Anna's patisserie, painted in warm shades of cream and blue, quickly drew the crowds. The air inside was rich with the fragrance of butter and vanilla. Her tea cakes were tender, her layered gâteaux soft as clouds, and her eclairs melted on the tongue. Locals lingered over coffee, tourists carried boxes tied with ribbons, and outside her shop stood Jean-Pierre, a young accordion player. His melodies danced through the street, drawing curious passers-by to Anna's door. Jean-Pierre's music became part of the patisserie's charm. Children clapped to his tunes, lovers paused to listen, and Anna often leaned out of her window to smile at him. Sometimes after closing, she would bring him a slice of cake, and they would sit on the steps together, the Eiffel Tower glowing faintly in the distance. Mary's shop looked just as pretty, with polished counters and cakes neatly lined in the display. Yet when customers tasted them, they frowned politely. Something was missing. The sponge was flat, the cream too heavy. Slowly, Mary's shop grew emptier, while Anna's thrived, alive with music, laughter, and the quiet warmth between her and Jean-Pierre. Jealousy gnawed at Mary's heart. One foggy night, with church bells tolling in the distance, she slipped into Anna's patisserie.
She scattered flour, smashed jars, overturned tables and chairs, shattered the glass windows, and finally took the worn recipe book, believing success would at last be hers. The next morning, Anna stood quietly before the wreckage. Her heart ached, but she refused to give in. Jean-Pierre found her sweeping up broken glass. He set his accordion aside and took her hand. "Courage, ma belle," he said softly. "Paris has not heard the last of your cakes." With borrowed pans, help from neighbors, and Jean-Pierre's cheerful music playing day after day outside her door, Anna began again, one cake at a time. Soon, her pâtisserie blossomed once more. Mary, meanwhile, baked from Anna's stolen recipes. Yet her cakes remained hollow, lifeless, without the spark that made Anna's so beloved. Day after day, disappointment grew heavier until guilt became unbearable. One evening, Mary approached Anna with trembling hands. "I had your recipes," she whispered, tears brimming. "But still, I failed. Why do your cakes taste so different?" Anna placed a hand on her sister's shoulder and smiled softly. "Because, Mary, you forgot to read the last page of Grandma's book. Don't just bake with flour and sugar. Bake it with love, with kindness, with the joy of giving. Love is the secret ingredient." Mary wept, but in her heart, she knew Anna was right. From that day forward, the sisters worked side by side. Together, they reopened as Les Sœurs Pâtissières. The little shop on the corner of Montmartre became a Parisian treasure. Jean-Pierre played at the doorway every evening. And when he and Anna finally walked home together, hand in hand, the whole street seemed to glow a little brighter. As the aroma of Granny Margarita's recipes drifted through the streets of 1960s Paris, now baked with double the love, the city was reminded that the sweetest creations are born not from the hands, but from the heart.